Hi guys, welcome to Palace to the Core. My name is Stephen Dawes. Thank you for joining me. So, we had the game against Nottingham Forest, and it was a bit of a battle, as I expected it would be, and as everyone expected it would be. It was a game which, in terms of substitutions, it was very similar to the one that we had in Europe with Justin Devaney in that position where Eze would normally be, but of course we had Richards back in the centre of defence this time, and also we had Mitchell back as well. The game itself, I think, was always going to be a tough one, because I think not just because of what's happened behind the scenes, but also because it's always been a very tough game against Nottingham Forest, and it was borne out again today. I think that first half, I think we played quite well. I think we certainly tried to take the game to Nottingham Forest. Forest, for their part, were trying to close us down very quickly. They were getting to us incredibly quickly. As soon as we got the ball, they were on us, and I think that made it difficult for us to get into our rhythm that we like to get into. So it was a bit of a to and fro at first. It was a very even game, I felt, especially in the first half, and even though there were a few opportunities, I felt that it was almost as though neither team could really create a goal scoring opportunity as such, because the keepers weren't really worked that hard, certainly in the first half. But it did come down to a goal from Ismail Assar, which was really good to see. It was a ball that came in from Munoz, and Assar just side-footed it into the back of the net, which is a lovely little goal. First real, I would say, foray from Munoz, who was being kept rather quiet in this game, and certainly the last couple of games he's been a little bit quiet, but it was certainly a good contribution to the goal. And that's where it went in at half time. It went in at 1-0 to us, which I thought was a really good situation to be in. Second half, I felt that it was kind of more of the same. I felt that perhaps Nottingham Forest came out a little bit more on the front foot than we did in the second half, and it was actually a goal from Hudson-Odoi which made it 1-1. He was put through on goal, managed to get past the defenders and slotted it past Dean Henderson, which was a bit of a shame, because I felt that defensively we were okay. I don't think we were necessarily on our game in any area of the pitch. I don't think we were necessarily on our top game today, but Nottingham Forest were making it very hard for us, which is understandable. So then it was 1-1, and I think after that it was very even as well until the last few minutes of the game, when both teams had the opportunity of scoring a goal. Nottingham Forest hit the crossbar with a shot coming across in front of Dean Henderson, and we had a good opportunity. Well, we actually had a couple of opportunities. One in the first half from Mark Gahey, a header at his near post, which was turned away, and also another late strike in the second half. So I think it was a very open game, and certainly I think, judging by everything that went on, 1-1 was probably a fair result. In terms of personnel, I felt that, you had Wharton and Hughes in the middle, who were playing okay. They were trying to break things up. Wharton, of course, was his usual self, trying to pass the ball around. Justin Devaney, I don't think that's necessarily his best position. I don't think he likes being in that position, and certainly he worked incredibly hard, but I don't think he's really suited in that position. Eze came on in the second half, and I felt that he actually did quite well. He did some nice little touches, nice little trickery in the middle at one point, nice little passing here and there. So I felt he actually had a pretty good game. So I'm hoping he gets more minutes, because I think that it will certainly boost his confidence and might make him a lot more confident going forward and putting in some of those passes. Overall, I think that I was obviously, Ismail Assar was probably the man of the match for me. JP Mateta had a bit of a, I would say, a quiet game. He was being harassed quite a lot, as were everybody else. But I felt that it was a little bit, he was a little bit on the fringes of the game today. But even though it wasn't necessarily our best performance, I think that we did play well enough to get the draw, and I think that hopefully we will get Kamada and the rest of them back soon, so then we can bolster our team a little bit, because apart from Eze and Jefferson Lerma came on late on, apart from those two, there isn't a huge amount of depth in the team on the bench. At least it wasn't today. So hopefully that will improve in the coming weeks when we get some of our players back. But let me know down in the comment section what you felt about the game. Did you feel that a 1-1 draw was a good result for us? Or do you think that we could probably, or should have probably, nicked it earlier in the first half? I'd love to hear your thoughts, of course. As always, please do subscribe if you've got this far. I'll see you next time.